Yo, the stock market is closed. How did you do? If you are confused about the direction of the market or what's recently happening, then you found the right place. It's Stocks and Hip Hop. Let's go. In this video, what we do is we cover the four indexes. We cover the S&P, the Russell 2000, the Dow, and we cover the Nasdaq. And each week what we do is we go over the recent moves made, and then we also try to look to see where the market could potentially head. So this video is for both the long-term investor as well as a trader in the stock market. You know what else we do? We talk about hip hop. We go over an album that we recently listened to. All right, so if there is an album or an artist that you love, make sure that you throw that in the comments. Now we can have a discussion next week. All right, this week's lyric actually comes from Big Twins. All right, in his album I'm Here, we got the track Rose Gold, and if you cue that up, you'll hear Big Twins spit the line. The clock is ticking, I'm getting desperate. About to take this cash and invest it. The stocks and hip hop has always been here, and I'm going to show you that. All right, so let's go ahead and go into what's going on with the S&P. S&P closed at $3,844.82. As we've discussed all year, the market has been going down, and this is no different. Last week, I was looking to see if the market would close near 3,800. We didn't close near 3,800, but we did touch that area. And once we touched it, the market started to make a recovery and come towards the higher end of the market. So where are we going to likely head to next? This candle right here is an indecisive action candle. All right. It's a pseudo spinning top slash hammer, whatever you want to call it. Either one is acceptable. Either one is also going to be an indecisive move. And usually when you have indecisive action or price action, you're going to side with the most dominant move, and that is to the downside. We got 1, 2, 3 candles here. This one started to come back. This is a bullish fake out, I think, and then we end up coming back down towards the lows. And the lows that we made recently was around that 37.70 area. So what I think for next week is that we end up coming back towards that area. If I'm wrong, we have an upside target, because remember, there's always two targets. We got the downside. The upside would be if we come back up to around that 39.40 area. So 39.40 upside, downside we got 37.70. That is a Dow, not the Dow, that's the S&P. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on with IWM. All right, IWM closed at 174.39, so $174.39. And we see the price action going on for this year is still down. 50-day moving average has also been continuous dominating power in that price. We are going to move down. This week we had another indecisive action candle that is pretty much a long spinning top, we'll put it that way, or a doji. Either one will still work. Both are indecisive, showing that there is weakness in the market. It tried to come in, not too much strength going on. We had very low volume, and I think that the market is going to likely retrace back towards those lows and actually make a final close near that 170 area. That's my thought. Downside. Upside target, I think that if it does move higher, we come back to around that 178 to 180 area if the market decides to move higher. That's the Russell. Moving on. All right, what we got going on in the Dow? The Dow closed at what? $33,203.93. And we talked about this pattern last week and the week before and the week before that. Broadening formation, all right, or the megaphone pattern. We are starting to bounce off of this 50-day moving average, right? Every place else, it is pushing the price down, and in the Dow, it's the only one that is actually propping the price up. And this is the second week in a row where it has defended it. So where could we actually potentially head to next? If this is going to be support, then we have a good chance of coming back to around that 3,400 area, or 34,000 area. Man, I'm messing up all over the place today. Let's get this right. If this does continue to the downside, which is what I am leaning towards because of the broadening formation, I think we close below this 50-day moving average. And if we do, then first stop is around that 32,500 area. If that blows by that, it is going to go down. I'm talking about it's going to make a huge move, and we end up coming back towards this 31,000 area ultimately. All right, that is the Dow. All right, what we got going on lastly for the Nasdaq, and hopefully zero blah, 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 come after that. All right, the Nasdaq closed at $10,985.45. And let's zoom in what we got going on. Same weakness we discovered over time. The weakest of all four, and it is actually closer to its low than the rest of the market. We got 3 weeks in a row of downside. I think this support is getting some pressure. So if this breaks, we end up moving down to around this 10,000 area. If we zoom out, here's why I said 10,000. We can see that we had support in this area before when we first started to break out, came down and made its move up, and then now we're coming back down towards that area. So let's wrap this one up here. All four indexes right now are still showing some signs of weakness. The Dow closed higher, but the other three struggled. They struggled bad. All right, the S&P, the Russell, and the Nasdaq all struggled the week 2 weeks before the end of the year. I think that we have continuation. I think continuation to the downside is still the easier target to hit. Trying to reverse right now will take a lot of energy. Not saying it doesn't have it, but the likelihood of that is probably not too high. I think we end up coming towards those lows that we recently hit. So that's the stock market. Let's go ahead and talk hip hop. So what album did you listen to? All right, you can follow up on what you put in the comments. This week, I decided to go back in time and listen to an album that is iconic for investing. Whenever you hear somebody talk about an album that was talking about something knowledge-wise for finance, we bring up Jay-Z 444. All right, I decided to go back to that album and listen to it again because it's been a while. So dusted off, looked at it and said, all right, gave it some spins. And it still has very good value to it, all right? If you haven't heard it, make sure that you change that over this Christmas break and listen to that album. It still has relative content for financial impact, all right? Because we've been waiting for an album like that, and Jay-Z delivered. So check out Jay-Z 444 if you haven't yet, or revisit it if you haven't heard it in a while. Have a Merry Christmas. All right, make sure that you spend time with people that you love. All right, it's not about the gifts, it's about the time. Because once you run out, you run out. You have no more, and everybody wants more time. So spend time with people that you love. Take care of yourself. Health is wealth. Get your exercise. Drink your water. All right, get outside, get yourself some fresh air. Enjoy your time. All right, please enjoy your time. And I'm about to get out of here myself. Catch you next week. All right, peace.